Hello viewers, you're welcome to the discussion segment of your favorite program, The Youth Arena on ACNNTV. Today we're going to be discussing something very important, especially in times like this when the whole waves of politics and elections are around the corner. We're going to be discussing a very important subject, politics and the role of youths in politics. That's the topics we're going to be looking at, the role of youths in politics. And with me in the studio today to discuss this very important subject are two fine gentlemen. One of them is the PDP candidate for Orumba North State House of Assembly in Anambra State. No other person but Dr. Duke Iwilo. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
We have another fine gentleman with us in the studio today, political strategist and consultant. No other person but Mr. Onyi Umejiboro. You are very welcome to the program,
sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, let's get right to it very quickly. We're discussing politics and the role of youth. So, in your opinion, I'm going to start with you, the political strategist. What do you think the role of youths are or should be in politics?
Well, the youth have a whole lot of things to do. And I think I'll bring it down to our Nigerian
Of course, Nigerian contest, yes.
Yes, using a 2019 election as a central point.
Yes.
For example, if you watch the registration pattern of voters for the year, people between the ages of 18 and 35 have taken 51.1% of the voting strength. That simply means that they already have, by registration, half of the vote. And if they have such power, you see that they have a lot of role to play. One, in being involved in the election, in terms of voting, they have a voting role to play. Then there is also a role for the young ones to play, which has to do with the role of looking out and getting involved in the process of politics. Not just about voting that day, but they should have ideology. They should have people who is thinking the way they are thinking. They should be involved in politics. They should
also running for offices.
Exactly. They should also run for offices. The not too young to run bill that just pulled through at the National Assembly, it's something good, and I think the president has assented to the bill too. It's something good for the youth. So they should be involved. The youth are supposed to be involved in politics. They should not sit back home and wait for people out there to do something better when they have ideas. They should bring out their ideas and their strength and get involved.
All right, thank you very much. That was very insightful. They are involved in voting, but beyond voting, they should be involved in running for offices. Okay, and over to you, our beloved doctor. What do you think are the role of young persons in politics?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I think, like my co-speaker has said, the role of young persons in politics should actually be to vote and be voted for. Here in Nigeria, the problem is that the youths see themselves as to vote and not to be voted for. But the role should be, they should stand for elections because the future belongs to them as it is. Some of our elected officers are in their 70s and 60s. But the youths, like he said, from 18 to 35, are the people who own the future. In some other climes, the youths are the bedrock of the democracy. They are the defenders of the democracy. If you see what happened in the Brexit, it was the outsiders, the youths that were not voting, that voted for Britain to exit from Europe. So they should have opinion about all topics politically. They should express those opinions in the strongest terms. They should form or align themselves with political parties, contest the election, vote for their right candidate, and allow themselves to be voted for.
All right, thank you very much. I have one bugging question. With the whole stuff that's been going around, the not too young to run bill and all of that, I have just one question. Are our Nigerian youths actually ready to take on politics, to take on leadership? Do we think they are ready to take on leadership? Let's start with you, Doctor. Please throw light on that.
I think they are ready. The question is whether the society is ready for them. You can take it from two angles. Has the society prepared them to be ready?
Okay.
So even if they are ready, if you finish from school and you don't have a job, you don't have a sustainable means of feeding yourself, and the political climate is such that you are not encouraged to get involved, what are you going to do? So even if you are ready and willing to get involved, the society has sidelined you. I'm sorry to say it, but that is a fact.
Okay. All right. So they are interested, they are capable, but to an extent, it seems like the society is putting a limit on them. But
Yes.
I believe they can advance beyond that. Is there anything we can say about the young person? Or do you have a contrary opinion to what he said, sir?
Well, yes, they are ready.
Okay.
But the question I think I will have to shift is, are they prepared?
Okay.
They're ready. If they are not prepared for this, they cannot get it right. But as I said, the youth in Nigeria are quite helpless. The environment is not encouraging. So the average youth is busy trying to at least get his basic needs, to get food, to get a job. It's not an easy thing. So when you now ask them to get involved in leadership, they'll tell you, you have to hold on first. I need to eat. I need to get a job. I need to pay for my house rent before I can start. So, but if everything is equal, I've seen traits of good leadership in a lot of Nigerian youth. I've seen traits of leadership sacrifices made by these people in their own little ways. I've seen them help one another. And if they can do this, if they're given opportunity, so many of the leaders we have today actually led the first set of their leadership. Yeah, because so many of them are on their second mission when they were quite young. So if you give the young ones opportunity, I think a man who has a leadership opportunity and he knows after this he has another 50, 60 years to live, he will try to do his best now, because he can't live in shame and bitterness for the next 60 years of his life. All
right, I was opportunity to be in a forum, the Guardians of the Nations International Forum, is a leadership forum, and the subject came up. I actually responded saying, I feel to a great extent, as much as the Nigerian youths are brilliant, intelligent, and all of that, I feel a major challenge we have with the Nigerian youths and getting involved in leadership and politics is that we are somewhat or somehow short-sighted. Sometimes a Nigerian youth seem to be planning to vie for offices when elections are already around the corner. I wouldn't know if you agree with me or not. You are free to say, but is it not possible to start preparing for elections or for whatever offices they want to run 10 years ahead of time, 20 years, build relationships? In Nigerian politics, you don't necessarily need to be the one to finance whatever you're doing. So what happens to building alliances, building relationships that could lead to that, or sourcing for funds ahead of time? I feel is a major limitation. Do you think there's any other way that a Nigerian youth can overcome this obstacle? Because we keep talking about how the government is not conducive and all of that. There must be a way around it. Yes. Is there any suggestion we have towards that?
I think it's important that, just like I said before, that I think they are ready and they are willing, but the socioeconomic status is pulling them down. Mentoring and a kind of going through tutelage in politics is what our youths need. I was in politics when I was in the university, and I was in politics after the university. University or the colleges should be the breeding ground for politics. It's just like it's happened elsewhere in the world. If you get involved at that stage, continue to get involved. You learn leadership by followership. You keep following, you keep leading, while you are leading the university, the students' union, the departments, the departmental union, the students' union, the wider, the NANS, and the other groups like that. Get involved in your village. Get involved in your town. Express your views. You have youth wings of every, even the Anglican Youth Fellowship. In the church, get involved in the church. You over time, you develop your leadership skill. You grow it. Register, once you are 18, please, all the youth listen to this program, once you are 18 years old, register with a political party at a world level. Be a card-carrying member of a political party. Attend their meetings.
That's a good start, a good foundation to build something going up.
Okay, so I think I want to get where you said, can't they take 10 years without money? And
yeah,
bro, Without money, you're not going nowhere.
Okay.
I used to be an SUG president in Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
Okay.
There are certain things that you must get basic in politics. For you to create relationship, you have to travel to the person's place, visit the person. You're spending your transport money. I use the word helpless. Vulnerable can also replace that word.
Okay.
When these people are just looking for money to feed, politics can be on their mind. To be frank and honest with you. And I think the major issue that we have, even in the elderly ones who are leading us today, that so many of them seem to be mentally hungry. Sorry to use that word. Because they are not yet satisfied with the little they have. That's why you hear that someone is stealing and all that going on. Good. But if this young man is able to get his basic needs, he can pay his house rent without pressure because the job he's doing is enough. If he's an entrepreneur, what he's producing is selling. He has his basic finances. He can send money home to his parents.
Of course.
Then you can talk about that. So when people say, can't you build? Yes, 10 years good. But trust me, you must need funding. There't nowhere in the world that you don't need funding for politics.
So how do we solve this problem?
Can I quickly just polish it a little bit?
Okay.
So that I can express what I'm trying to say.
All right.
Politics, as I said before, it's about them voting and being voted for.
Okay.
Politics is a process. It's a long, drawn-out process. Even if you don't have a job, you live in a particular area, there is a ward, a party in that area, in your ward. You don't need money to attend the meetings.
Since you're there in that
most wards are localized. Register as a card-carrying member of a political party and we learn leadership by followership. Get involved first. I am contesting an election today, and I can tell you that we have 18 wards in my constituency in Abuja, North Anambra State, and it's very disheartening when I look at the quality of the members of the executive of these wards. And I'll be wondering, but we have youths who are unemployed in those wards. Where are they? Why are they not involved? Why are they not taking over the architecture of that local area? Just be a card-carrying member. If you get elected as executive officer of the ward, most of the times the politicians who are contesting the election sponsor party at the ward level. So even if you are unemployed, you're living there, it's about sensitization, it's about awareness. Be politically aware. I am still talking to the youth today. Be politically aware of your environment wherever you are. I am now going around the world telling all the youths, there's no point of coming to work. Don't come and work for me. Go and register at the ward level and be executive member because you can. You are better than all the people who call themselves local politicians in those wards. Okay. This is practical experience.
All right. So if I'm to tie it up, find a point to tie it up, I would say the place of being actively involved in a party, at least at ward level, is there.
Sure.
Then there's also a place for the young minds to actually go out and get involved in businesses and all of that, even if white-collar jobs are not there. So they should be involved in entrepreneurship in order to make ends meet and to have an overflow to send to their parents, like you rightly said.
My colleague was very, very right. The socioeconomic status of our youth is central to their involvement. But what I'm saying, at the basic level, where if just be aware, if you're aware of your environment, you know there are XYZ party around where you are.
Get involved. Then from there you can grow.
Even at the village level, get involved. Politics is about expressing of self. It's about expressing yourself. Express yourself. Let your opinion count.
All right. Thank you very much. Because of our time, we would like to hear from you. What can you tell our young persons as regards to all we've been discussing? What would be your last words, your final words to the audience that are currently watching us right now? What would you tell them? Let's start from you, sir.
Well, to the average Nigerian youth, there is hope.
Of course.
The kind of involvement I see from the Nigerian youth recently, especially towards 2019 election, you can't go through 3, 4, 5 posts on any social media network and it's not politically involved.
Blind,
you must see something political about it, which is good. It means we are aware now.
Of course.
A friend of mine traveled all the way from Lagos back to his village in Abuja just to go and register. Good. Fantastic. Now you are beginning to understand it.
Yes.
People now believe that they have power to make changes.
Yeah.
People now believe that they can vote in someone and they can vote out someone. And that is the essence of the awareness we are talking about.
Thank you very much. So from you to us, there is hope.
Yes.
Doctor, let's hear from you, your last words as we round up the program.
I'll just follow on from what my colleague has said. Actually, I want our youth to convert their social media awareness of politics into physical awareness of politics. Because when you go on social media, there are lots of people are commenting on virtually everything political. Convert that to commenting physically in party political meetings and party political gatherings. And please, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, don't get involved in thuggery or violence in this 2019 election. You are far too important than the violence. Vote and allow your vote to speak for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to wrap it up, this segment, And so far, we've been talking with the PDP candidate for Orumba North State House of Assembly, Anambra State, Dr. Duke Iwilo. Thank you very much for coming around, sir.
Thank you.
We're grateful to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Other person around that we have, Mr. Onyi Umejibolo, a political strategist and consultant. Thank you very much, sir, for coming around.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to wrap up the discussion segment of this program. Sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you. This is the leadership segment of this program, and Kelechiku Eze is my name. Last week, we looked at the need to evaluate our followers as a means of empowering them. And continuing from there this week, we'll be looking at other ways we can empower the people under our leadership. The next on the list is be a model for them. People with knowledge, skill, and desire need to know what is expected of them, and the best way to inform them is to show them, because people do what people see. The people you desire to empower need to see what it looks like to fly. And as a mentor, you have the best opportunity to show them. Model the attitude and work ethics you would like them to embrace. And anytime you can include them in your work, take them along with you. If you desire that they manifest punctuality, start being punctual. If you desire they become team players, model teamwork. If you desire they become excellent and follow through on tasks assigned to them, show them you don't just know how it's done, but that you can really do it. The next is give them permission to succeed. You have to help others believe they can succeed and show them that you want them to succeed by doing three things. Number one, expecting it. People can sense your underlying attitude no matter what you say or do. If you have an expectation for your people to be successful, they will know it. The next is verbalize it. People need to hear you tell them that you believe in them and that you want them to succeed. Tell them often that you know they are going to succeed. Send them encouraging notes and become a positive prophet of their success. The next is reinforce it. You can never do too much when it comes to believing in people. Don't stop expecting and verbalizing your faith in them any chance you get. Once people recognize and understand that you genuinely want to see them succeed and that you are committed to helping them, they will begin to believe that they can accomplish what you give them to do. I trust you've been greatly blessed and enriched with the knowledge from this segment. Until I come your way with another episode of this segment, remain blessed. Hello and welcome to the Youth of the Week segment of today's program. I'm optimistic you'll greatly be enriched. We have somebody in our midst today, a very young person, a talented young lady who are going to be talking with, trusting that she's going to inspire you. And she's no other person but Chidema Ikebuonu. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You are a fine artist.
Yes.
You draw.
Yes.
You actually studied it in the university.
Correct.
Why fine art? What inspired you to study fine arts?
First of all, I'll answer why fine art.
Okay.
I'll tell you, outside fine art, I don't know what other course I would have gone for.
Okay.
Seriously, I can remember in my SS3, my father telling me I won't further fine art in university, blah, blah, blah. I told him, I've looked at other courses, I don't have passion for them. Art is something that have been in me right from time when I was small. I imagine a lot.
Okay.
I came from the environment, you see children playing outside, kind of streets, Nigeria we say. But I see myself always inside, kind of an introvert. And while inside, I think a lot, I imagine a lot, I create imageries. And at a point, instead of sitting back, I started drawing all this imagery, creating a story of my own. But looking at the environment, they didn't allow me to further it. But by God's grace, when I had my stand, when it was God time, it came out.
I think all of us have imageries. When you watch horror movies, you will create images of us. Okay, so basically passion. It seems to have been inside you. You discovered it, you went for it, and this is where you are today. You studied it in the university. So
I studied in university.
What was it like studying fine arts in school?
It's very interesting.
Okay.
And stressful. Even at a point, my sister was like, why would you go for a maths course? But I would laugh.
Really? Maths course?
Yeah, a maths course per se because of the stress.
Okay.
You know, in my 400 level, I can remember we sleeping in studio overnight. You work till 12, you work till 1. And normally, you know, university life, you have to go to hostel, freshen up, come. But no, right from studio, we go to class. It was really, but it was fun because that's what I want to. That's what I want to go. That's my passion. So I already made up my mind. Whatever I'm going to see in this course, I'm going to take it.
So there's a little bit of crazy attached to being a fine artist.
A lot. So artists, they don't joke with on this. As number one is music. Music. They like loud. They don't like noise, but loud. As in
coordinated sound.
Yeah.
I think the department I finished from in school, fine art department, was very close by. Sometimes you see somebody who is painting, the person will be dancing. Sometimes no music, or sometimes you just see like weird characters, and yet after all of that, they produce something beautiful.
Beautiful, yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. So
thank you.
Basically, you are passionate about arts.
Yeah.
So it goes a long way to tell us that Nigerian youth should pursue what they are passionate about.
Yes.
As stressful as it is, do you feel weird out for doing it, or do you feel okay and good even though it's stressful, but you are getting along with it fine? What's the feeling like? I
feel okay, though it's stressful. I'll tell you, recently, I'll give an example with what I'm going through. Recently, I've not really said I've had like 6 hours sleep per day. I paint, even though I'm 7, but I paint virtually every night till 10, 11, I still paint. In the morning, I still get up and go to work. But like I told you, passion, when you're passionate about something, you don't care about the stress, you don't care about whatever. It's your lifestyle, it's part of you. So I'm already used to it.
Wow, that's wonderful. So go for what you are passionate about. That's one of the things we are picking from today's discussion. Now, the second question I want to throw at you, how do you think arts can be used to drive national change?
I like this question. First of all, I'll start with, when you go to Paris, you see that art is the major part of their economy. They value art a lot, and they invest in art. Look at our old fathers, our old masters, fathers in art. Most of them, their works are there in Paris. Like, where's Mona Lisa? All these things are part of economy. You know, people will travel. You see people traveling from a different country just to go there to see that work. Tourism. But in Nigeria, I think we don't really, though now things have been changed. There is this movement. You see Female Association of Nigerian Artists. You see National Association of Disney Artists, different associations coming together just to make sure that art is going into limelight. But the thing is that when you create a space for art, when you create a space for something like museum, we don't really have a functional museum in Nigeria. And that's one thing that will really boost our economy if we can invest in it. Talking about national change, when you create a museum, we have many interesting stories, we have many interesting artifacts in Nigeria, and this can attract people to come and look and see all these artworks, and they can invest. Economy deals with all about investment. So if we can put art both for tourism, both for business sake, both for investment sake, is going to attribute to the national change. So to a great extent, it's going to affect the economy of a nation and boost it. It's going to boost it. That's wonderful. Okay, finally, as we round up, what would you say to the young persons who desire to impact their world?
from you to them?
From me to you, never give up. At times, there's a situation you see yourself in, you just have to be dogged. On a seriousness, in my SS3, I made that bold step. I was dogged, I was relentless, I was strong. I stood by what I want to go for. And even some people look at it like this girl is stubborn, but no, I know what I was going for. And I stood for it. So whenever you know what you're going for, so far that thing is right. And another thing, don't forget God. So far you know that thing is right. So far you know that God will never be angry at you for doing this thing. Go for that thing and put God in whatever you are doing. He has been my rock ever since my lifetime.
Wow. That was a very wonderful advice. I trust our young persons out there will pick it and run with it. Meanwhile, we would like you to do something for us, something artistic, okay? So what can you do for us?
Okay, I'm going to make a fast sketch of a popular figure in Anglican family.
Okay.
I won't tell you the person, so you make a guess when I'm through.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. We can't wait to see what you have. Okay,
right.
So while she's going to go ahead and get that drawing for us, we're going to go on a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know Jesus said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost"? Did you know ACNN reaches out to all African, European and Asian countries? Did you know ACNN produces programs that provides Bible-based solutions to your everyday need? Would you consider partnering with us in order to help us reach out to more souls? Then, become a part of ACNNTV Kingdom Investment Partnership. You can be a monthly or a yearly partner. To subscribe, make your partnership payment into this Zenith Bank account. Account name, Brother Communications Limited. Account number 1013267532. For more details and confirmation of your AKIP subscription, please call +234 703 2656544. You can also reach us via email. Together, we can reach the world with the undiluted Word of God.
Welcome back, viewers. Trust you've been hanging in there. Let's see what she was able to come up with. I trust you'll be thrilled. Let's have a look.
All right.
Wow, and that was a quick one. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll leave you to make your guess. Who do you think she came up with? We trust you've been blessed by every segment in this program. We're going to come your way next time, next week, and it's going to be powerful. It's going to be very inspiring as usual. Tune in as always, and you will not regret it. See you next time. God bless you.